Yo, family, peace and love, y'all. How y'all doing? Hold on. Yo, family, how y'all doing? What's up? What's up? Fam, peace and love, y'all. What's going on? What's going on? Yo, family, peace and love, y'all. Peace and love, y'all. How y'all doing? We're gonna wait 2 more minutes, 2 more minutes and 6 seconds. Family, what's going on? Peace and love, y'all. Peace and love. How y'all doing? Yo, family, what's going on? What's going on? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Yo, what's up? What's up? What's up, fam? Oh, shoot. Fam, what's going on? What's up? What's up? What's up, my family? What's going on? What's going on? We're gonna talk. We're gonna talk about it. And like in 1 more minute, family, I'm gonna start talking about it. Yo, what's going on? What's going on? 1 second, fam. 1 second. And 50 more seconds, we're gonna start. We're gonna start. I just want a few people to get in so I can talk to y'all about it. What do you do when landlord or rental agency or other thing require a driver's license? I know you don't need one to travel. Hold on. Oh, passport. You just give them a passport as an alternative. Yep. Just make sure you give them a passport. 30 more seconds, fam. 30 more seconds. 30 more seconds. Yo, family, what's going on? What's going on, fam? Peace and love, y'all. Peace and love. Peace and love, family. What's going on? What's going on? All right. All right, let's start. Let's start. All right. Okay, family. So I'm making this video about the right to travel, right? So, you got a lot of brothers and sisters who've been exercising their right to travel across the United States, right? You got some people on one end, some people are successful, the other people are not successful, right? Then you got the passport process that came out. And after the passport process came out and everybody seen, how the do not detain list worked, it was very beneficial to a lot of people, right? And so I made this video to explain something on the reason of why a lot of people end up in jail, or a lot of people get in trouble, a lot of people get citations written to them, and why a lot of people feel as though this is really a fight, right? Because we get to this question on the right to travel, right? And this is what we got to analyze right now. I'm being non-biased. I'm being 100% logical, especially by me explaining this to you guys on why we going through these type of things, right? So let me explain. So a long time ago, the United States Supreme Court made a ruling in the right to travel that said the right to travel is a fundamental right for all people, both men and women, to travel freely on public roads and etc. Right? That was true. What we left out was the Supreme Court never made a ruling that would bar the states from making a license a mandatory requirement in order for us to travel. It's the same thing when you're dealing with the Second Amendment. The United States Second Amendment states that we the people have the right to bear arms. The state made a mandate where it forces all Americans or all residents within that state to have a license for a firearm. And so since you have to have a license, or since that license mandate ain't never been corrected by the United States Supreme Court, what happens is that requirement still stands. So they basically saying, yes, you can have a license. I mean, you can have a gun, but you got to have a license. And so that is slowly how the state is also running $1 billion empire by regulating the roads, regulating commerce, regulating the registration, regulating everything, because by the Supreme Court never made a ruling on the licenses. Having a license is what a lot of people don't understand. I talked to a student the other day. He said, man, but we got the right to travel, Taquan, so why do people get arrested? I say, we do have the right to travel, but I say you're missing one thing. The United States Supreme Court never made a ruling on it. So you still pretty much testing your own luck. Because even though the police, in that sense, can say, yes, you are traveling, yes, you are exercising your constitutional rights, you still didn't include the fact that the mandate or what needs to happen has not been, answered yet by the Supreme Court. And by the Supreme Court never answering those things, that's why we're in the situation that we is. That's why most people who get arrested for driving without a license, or most people who travel on the roads without a license, they find themselves in a lot of stuff because the mandate is still there. People still going to jail for it because they never made a ruling on it. And I had to say this because most people brought these arguments to me, and I'm like, look, this is the reason why. Now, understand this. Even though the Supreme Court never made a ruling, you have many people not only exercising their rights, but they bring in consciousness and public awareness to what's actually going on. So when y'all see a lot of people get arrested, y'all see a lot of people get pulled out their vehicles, don't just take it as a grain of salt. Understand the lesson from it. This is a political move. It's not necessarily a idiotic move. Anybody know that you can go to the DMV and get a license. We not putting it in that aspect to say, oh, well, it's very hard to get up. No. If a person exercising their rights, there's nothing in this world that they would do to relinquish that right and that ability to bear arms or their ability to travel on the roads. Nobody want to let go of that right. And so since most people not finna let go of that right, they got to fight and they got to stand for that right. Because remember, if you don't break the law, you don't change the law, because number one, you're not bringing political awareness to the issue. Number two, you don't have enough people in society that aligns with some of those values and those principles that will enforce and help you enforce your rights with you and them standing next to you while you exercising your rights. So understand this. Traveling without a license is a political move. It's not necessarily just a constitutional move, because since the United States Supreme Court never made a ruling on it, it leaves a lot of people in that trap. But they still not wrong, because they, just like, here go another thing, felon in possession of a firearm. The federal government places a ban on felons in possession of a firearm, right, for a lifetime. But by the Supreme Court never making a ruling on that, you have some courts that let felons go, and majority of the courts kept the felons in jail and told them that the felon does not have a right to bear arms, right? And so since you have this split in the circuit, it causes the courts to be unable to interpret how the Supreme Court want to go about being a felon in possession of a firearm. And so by you see a lot of felons that's bringing this issue up, right, on do felons have the right to bear arms, do felons have the right to bear arms, it put us in a political move where when the Supreme Court make a ruling, they have to make a ruling on that, but they have to make a wise ruling. Of course, they just can say, oh, they don't have the right to bear arms, because now you have an issue. Now you have big political issues. So one thing we got to understand is we have to know that most rights has to be exercised first. And exercising your rights don't always mean that you're going to get the best end of the stick. Yes, you can go to jail. Yes, something can happen to you. Yes, you can be in a situation where you like, man, I'm paying a lot of money on jail fees or them impounding my vehicle. But you got to understand, you got to take the lesson from it. If you don't fight for nothing, you don't stand for nothing. If you don't stand for nothing, you will fall for anything. If they can convince a person to get a license, they can convince you to get registration. If they can convince you to get registration, they can convince you to get insurance. If they can convince you to get insurance, they can convince you to pay taxes on your check that you work for. If they can convince you to pay taxes, they also can convince you to on what you can wear when you go to work. If they can convince you on what you should wear when you go to work, they should also have the power to tell a person what they should say at work. If they have the power to tell you what you can say at work, they have the power to vaccinate you. If they have the power to vaccinate you, they control you. You got to understand, the more you allow the government to control you is the more you put yourself in a position where you have no more fighting power. Did you know one of the main concerns when I was doing one of my motions, right, in regard to the Second Amendment, one of the historic analysts explained in a deep brief. They said that the federal government became too powerful in the United States that it actually stripped the rights of the people. It strips the rights away from the people due to the fact that the federal government is just as powerful as the supreme law of the land, which would be the Constitution, because the federal government has been allowed so much that it encroached on the rights of the people. And by us not being a solid foundation and understanding like how to stand on principle and everything like that, it causes all of us who exercising our rights to be eradicated. Whether you an American, whether you Native American, whether you Moorish American, whether you African American, whatever American that you stand on, politically speaking, that if you're not standing on those principles, if you're not challenging anything, you fall for it. And most people don't understand when you're trying to fight politically that it come with a fight. Most people want the situation or the scenario to fit to fit an agenda that they have in their mindset. Most people don't understand what's going on, right? So most people go around, man, I'm getting like, you don't want to fight. It's okay. You don't want to fight for your freedom. You don't care about your freedom. You don't give a damn about your freedom. If the government tell you to jump, you will say how high. If the government tell you to run off a cliff, you will say okay. They was able to control the world by making over 80 to 90% of adult Americans to get vaccinated. You know how much power that is? Do you know how much power that is? Just because they threaten your job, they threaten your children at education, they was able to implement that. That's why we fight for our rights. And one of the main rights that they try to affect is the Second Amendment. And then you got the right to travel, you got the freedom of speech and all that stuff. So, this is a political movement, family. Don't ever think we just on TV just doing something. No, it's political. Everything's political. Everything's political. And yes, you have to break the law in order to change it. Because if you don't break it, more people follow. That's just like this. You got a straight line. You have 100 monkeys, right? And you got different tests for the monkeys. Let's just say you got 20 tests. This test, you're going to take this experiment. This test, on the next test, after y'all pass the first one, you're going to take this experiment. This test, you're going to take that experiment. As long as the monkeys are following the experiments and no monkey is going against anything, you automatically have a whole transition of monkeys, and you finna pretty much take away every unalienable right and every freedom ability that these monkeys have. And that's what they did in our country by the federal government bringing benefits, bringing this, bringing that, the Social Security number. And we all waived our rights, and we don't know what the heck going on. This is what happened when you bring in liberal people in the Supreme Court. But this is what happened when no one challenged the federal government. This is what happened. These are the things what happened. And everybody walking down this lane, it's easy to eradicate them. And then they socialize everybody's brain. They re-socialize everybody's brain. So the way they re-socialize our brains, so nobody thinking about the context of the originality of the Constitution. Most people don't even give a damn about it. Most people only dealing with the statutes and the regulation, and I understand. But this is what the brainwashing system has done to most people. You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? So y'all gotta understand this political. This ain't got nothing else to do with anything else. It's all political. So if I ever get arrested, it's political. Somebody else you see exercise, it's political, y'all. You raising awareness to this. You raising awareness. Yep. Yeah. So, I just wanted to talk about that, family. That's all I want to talk about, because, a lot of people, they make YouTube videos and they see people get arrested and they laugh at them. They make mockery of them. And then one day they're going to eat their words. Because whenever, let's just say, they do make a ruling, not felons, but people have the right to travel, and it don't have to be a state mandate on whether or not they can travel without a license. So everybody was just laughing at them people who got arrested, throwing out the car is stupid now. Then they look at it like, damn, they was right, but they had to bring political consciousness to it, just so these felons and everything like that can go to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court can make a ruling on it, But it gets to a point after Supreme Court ruling. If you really want to challenge the system, challenge jurisdiction, and get out of jurisdiction, that'd be my thing. That'd be my greatest advice. He said, "Who am I voting for?" I like Trump. I like the politics with Trump. Only under the Second Amendment, nothing else really. Financial aspects of it and the Second Amendment. Yeah, I rock with Trump. You have to challenge. Failure to assert your rights, you waive them. Correct. A man who don't stand for his rights don't have none. You're right. The right to travel has nothing to do with motor vehicles. Listen to what I'm saying. The Supreme Court made a ruling on traveling itself. It does not specify a horse, neither does it specify a vehicle. So if you use the term right to travel, that's universal in any aspect. In any aspect, whether you're using a helicopter, whether you're using a plane, because you don't need a license to drive a plane. Ain't that crazy? You don't need a license to drive a plane. You need a license to drive a commercial plane, but not a plane or a helicopter. If you just had a regular helicopter or a plane, you could drive it. But let's just say the right to travel itself, I'm talking about making a specification on the requirements in regards of a motor vehicle, right? Do you have to have a license mandate? That ruling was never been in effect. The Supreme Court never made a ruling on that, and that's what people fight for. Only if you're there. They're in trouble. Motherfuckers waking up, and soon they be back on top. Of course, you already know we be back on top. How you doing, family? What's going on? What's going on? People are scared, cowards now, of course. But that's how the government gained its power. Everybody's scared. And they look at us like we crazy. They say, oh, these people's crazy. Like, the thing about it, you can't really re-socialize a mindset that's been destroyed already. You've been socialized badly and been miseducated badly. He said, to point, all forced contracts are null and void. Only willful contracts are applicable. Listen, you wasn't forced to get a driver's license. You didn't know that, but it's a contract. You wasn't forced to get registration. It's in the system. It don't go away. You wasn't forced to get a state ID. It's in the system. It don't go away. You wasn't forced to get a social security number. It wasn't forced. It don't go away. So when you say that word, contracts are not forced, correct. But you voluntarily went to go get a driver's license. That's a contract with the state. When police make an arrest record of an individual, they use a state ID or a driver's license to get that driver's license number to pull your information from the Secretary of State so they can have everything in order to draft up a bond in order to charge you. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, that's a contract. I know you might think like I never seen it. It'd be like a contract. It's a contract. It's a contract. That's the most voluntary contract you can ever get in your life. Life is a driver's license. That's the most voluntary contract because you literally waiting at the DMV for hours. So they give you a ticket. They call you like 30, 40 minutes. Then you give them some information. You sit down. You got to wait like almost another hour, and you wait. And then they finally do your driving test, or sometimes people do a vision test. And then you wait again, and you wait to take your picture, and they give you a contract and say, Have a good day." So you have. That's a volunteer contract. You might didn't know it was a contract. You might didn't think it was a contract. You might didn't thought it was a contract. It's a contract. The day they print you out a driver's license, that's a contract. That is a contract with you and that government own you. If my kids never use their SSN after they turn 18, can it be used against them? Most of the time, the SSN don't get used against you unless you get a contract. So if you got a social security number, that alone won't necessarily bond your kids over because they're gonna need what they're gonna need. They're gonna need a driver's license where that social security number is linked to, and it's gonna help them in order to bond the case over. So let's just say you got a driver's license, right? And you use that social security number in order to apply for the driver's license, then you get approved. Now you're in trouble. Now you put yourself in trouble. You get what I'm saying? So now you put yourself in trouble. And so since you put yourself in that mix, you got a contract. But just the social security number alone, no, because they wouldn't be able to find it like that. They can't search up your name and see social. They got to get your information from the Secretary of State. Because remember, the police don't know nothing about you. Only thing they can do is a statewide and federal check to see if you're in any of the databases. And if you are not in any of the databases and you don't give them no information, it won't be nothing to draw upon. There won't be no bond to give them. They're going to ask you for your address. You don't give them that, there's nothing they can draw up. It's so rare to find somebody without any contracts with the state. It's extremely hard. And they find a person who don't have any contracts with the state, most of the time they'll let you go. They'll just leave you alone because they don't got time for it, really. They just say, "I have a great day," you know? You had me all the way up until you said you supported Trump. You are crazy. We could talk off this live when you get a chance. You're not knowledgeable. Anything you put, you're saying name and date on a contract, even your job application. Job application, not a state contract. It's a contract, but it's not a state contract. And no, actually, it's an application. A contract is when you make an agreement to receive something, right? But the application is you trying to acquire something, but that don't necessarily lock in that contract at that moment. Oh, so back to the whole Trump thing, I believe certain politics with Trump. Overall, no. But I believe in certain politics, like the right to bear arms and certain things, but not everything, no. Honestly, it's political. Like I said, it's political. It depends on how you view everything. You know, whether you believe in Trump, whether you believe in whatever you want to pick, look at certain policies. Like I care about the Second Amendment. That's the only policy I really care about. It's nothing really too much. Now, we both businessmen, and I believe, like, you know, some of the business politics too, but as far as that, that's about it. It's nothing else, really. It's nothing. That's the only thing. So what's my social security number? 111111111. What is it that you don't like about Trump? One thing I don't like about Trump. Okay. Well, I think he got to be clear with his message on certain things, right? Like certain like remember like y'all ever seen that immunity thing, right? Where they say like, you know, Trump he gonna get a police full immunity, right? But when you actually look at the context of the law, he never said he gonna get them full immunity to do whatever they said, right? What he said was what the whole law break down, and as far as the immunity thing, was if a police well within his rights and he didn't violate anyone's constitutional rights or put someone at harm's way in the midst of him operating his duty, he have immunity. But not he don't have immunity just going out the car and shoot somebody's head off and then no. Like if y'all ever seen the black woman who was killed in the house, Sonia Massey, that officer wouldn't get qualified immunity if you guys are referring to that. So that qualified immunity is dead. Also, the abortion thing, right? I do agree that we shouldn't have abortion. But listen, it's two things, right? Because we're going to talk a little politics. It's two things about abortion, right? Now, I don't agree with abortion with certain exceptions. I believe in every state should have abortion under this exception. If a woman was raped or drugged, if she was raped or drugged, I believe in abortions. I really do. If you was drugged or raped or you was forced beyond your will to have sex with somebody and they got you pregnant, you should have the right to get an abortion. But solely that you just give an abortion because you had sex with a person you might not like or you don't see a future with that person, that's just irresponsible. I don't stand with that. But I do stand with the exception that if a woman was ever raped, taken advantage of, or drugged, I believe that she should get an abortion. What's another thing on like I think that you do gotta have I think he gotta have a policy strictly for us. Like you got the Asian hate bill, you need a black hate bill or African American hate bill. Those are politics that I stand with because I do stand with my community and everything like that. Because just because even though most people might say, "Oh, we all Americans," that's not true. Because Asian got a hate bill. They got a hate bill specifically for a group of people who've been targeted for hate crimes, right? So the same thing with us. We've been targeted for hate crimes. It goes the same way, you know. What's the new steps in the U.S. National Fast Star? You don't really need a Fast Star passport, family. He signed a $6.2 trillion debit. To who? It's not a contract because there is not two signatures. You said when you sign up to get a license, you sign 100 signatures. You don't sign one signature, you sign 100 signatures. Hold on. Donald Trump had the most lost jobs in American history. I'm not gonna lie to you. Shit. Joe Biden the same way. He hiring people that's not even citizens and giving them $6,000 subsidies while people on the streets homeless in New York City and Chicago. You believe in that? You got immigrants who live better than you, and you from this country. And I'm not saying we can argue, we can go over the whole Native American thing, true, but I'm talking about the people here. If you dealing with the politics, the people here is suffering more than the people who come here. They come in here and get $5,000. Look, this is how the $6,000 subsidy went. They gave them a card that has up to $5,000. No, you can spend $5,000 in cash, and they got $1,000, I want to say, in food stamps. And they using that $6,000 subsidy that they was getting every single month. They was cashing out with that, and they get free housing. What? I'll never vote for no Joe Biden. No, yeah, Joe Biden. I'll never in my life vote for them. That's running backwards at 100 miles an hour. So you agree with the Supreme Court decision on Donald Trump giving full immunity for any crime while he's president of the United States? If it's nonviolent, yeah. If it's nonviolent, yeah, of course. What he did, he alter the election and stuff like that. That's like I ain't gonna like I say, like it should be some sort of penalty, like financial penalty. But Bank of America did over $3 billion in fraud, and all they had to do was pay back $3 billion. They just got fined. That was it. In my opinion, like, I don't know. Politics, when I look at politics and certain people that's in position, it feel like everybody got qualified immunity other than the people who actually one of the people of America. But in my opinion, I believe so. If it had nothing to do with him injuring another person or an innocent person or anyone never got hurt in the midst of his immunity, then I think it should be good. This is when I checked out. You enjoy the rest of your evening. You must be married to a white woman. I'm married to a black woman. I think, who is Aiden Clave? I'm married to a black woman, y'all. But I just think like I think politically a lot of people are very emotional when it comes to like certain political issues. You know, just because you vote for Joe Biden and Kamala, you got to understand that these gonna be the same people that take away your rights, your Second Amendment. These are the same people that passed the Asian hate bill overnight when a few Asians was killed. And a lot of our people got killed in the street. There was never no bill that was passed by the Democrats. Never. Did you know most cities with the most violence are Democrat cities? Look at Chicago. There's nothing been executed in Chicago that provides a stimulus package or a systemic package that serves the people in Chicago, Detroit, stuff like that. It's more murders up north than it is in the south of us killing us, and then you got so much going on. Like y'all gotta understand, like the Democrats. I never in my life vote Democrat ever in my life. Never. I would never in my life vote Democrat. But I'm not saying I'm a Republican either. That's why I think a lot of people get confused. I'm more conservative. I'm more conservative, but that don't mean I'm a Republican. That's the difference. I believe in traditional values, but I don't gotta believe in Republicans because I don't believe in our Republicans. If you ask me, most Republicans still think like Democrats because they don't even have a traditional mindset other than the fact that they believe in certain things that might be traditional. But overall, most Republicans are not aligned with the values that we speak of today, like the right to travel. They're not aligned with this. They only deal with the things that benefits them. They don't deal with things that solely benefit the nation or benefit people constitutional rights. In regards to anything, Project 2025, I got to read over it. Project 2025 wants a police state. A police state. I'm not into 2025. That's what I'm saying. Just because I like certain policies about Trump, that don't mean I believe in everything, every little thing that he passed into law. Someone asked me, what's my thoughts about Trump? I just gave you my thoughts and certain policies that I think would benefit us. And they asked me some dislikes I don't like about it, and I gave some dislikes. But as far as everything, I never said I like everything. I never said that. We already live in a police state. Y'all listen, all of our exercise rights is gone. So when we talking about qualified immunity, they've been getting that already under the Democrats and the Republicans. So what would be the difference? When Trayvon Martin got shot up, when all of us get shot and killed in the street, it's the same thing, whether it's Democrat or Republican in the office. So we need an age. Give me an age. Get us a black hate bill, and then the police can have qualified immunity. If we gonna settle all of this. So at the end of the day, we talking about politics and certain policies that benefits us. You got your reason of going for Kamala. They believe in abortion rate. They believe that a child should be able to cut off his thing and say he a girl. They believe in that. Believe in it all you want. I live in Texas. They don't push that. That's what I like about conservative. It's those original principles. In California, a 12-year-old boy can be a girl, and a 12-year-old girl can be a boy. Now, I ain't saying a person can't pick what they want. At least let an adult decide that, not a child. You don't let a 12-year-old decide that you want to be a girl, or the same thing and vice versa. But sovereign don't go outside of common law. I think y'all mixing the whole point. When a person say they are sovereign, we align with the principles of common law. Common law comes from being heterosexual. Common law means you don't steal, you don't rob, you don't hurt your neighbor. Common law is you as a man is yourself is sovereign, and you don't encroach on someone else's rights or try to violate someone else's rights. That's traditionally speaking. We are conservative people. You can't be sovereign and be a liberal. You can't be sovereign at all and be a liberal because it don't have any growth to it. It don't have any growth, and that's not traditional. So you ask me my whole opinion about this whole thing, it's all gonna line up with being conservative, and it's gonna have me following moral and traditions. That's why I live in the state of Texas. That's why I live in the state of Texas, because it's certain politics that I align with. Yeah, the Constitution is written under the common law, which is the supreme law of the land. Of course, that's what we're dealing with. Common law. We're dealing with common law, family. We're not dealing with a maritime law. When you're dealing with the Democrats, they're dealing with maritime law. This is a maritime foreign jurisdiction, dictatorship government. Yeah, Malik. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I believe in conservative values. And no, just because you see somebody sitting on the red, don't mean they have all 100% conservative values. Because if that's the case, all Second Amendment issues wouldn't even be an issue today. Anytime they exclude anyone from the Second Amendment who's not immediately dangerous or anything like that, automatically sits against us because they're not with us. Anyone who sits against a person exercising their right to travel, they are not conservative. They pretend to be conservative, but they're not conservative. They're not in the best interest of the full sovereignty and liberation of the people. They're not. So Ron DeSantis, all of those people, in my opinion, won't be 100% conservative. They will not be 100% conservative. Trump may be halfway. He might be halfway conservative. I'm familiar with Project 2025. Also, let's talk about it a little bit. I got time tonight, family. I got a lot of time tonight. So let's talk about the Project 2025. Number one, public education has never been a mandate in the United States Constitution. Neither has the Constitution ever stated that the federal government is required to give education to children. You got to understand, if we talking from a traditional aspect, you are supposed to raise your own children. Common sense. That's when you're dealing with common law. That's when you're dealing with the traditional values, right? So common law should tell you that you should raise your own children. So when you're talking about everything, let's talk about Project 2025. They want to eliminate the FBI and the ATF. What do they have in common? They are violating your Second Amendment. They are regulating gun owners' rights. So by them regulating gun owners' rights, and they try to put a certain specific amount of guns a person should own, or they should watch how many guns you purchase and all that, that's an automatic violation of your Second Amendment. So the Project 2025 try to eliminate ATF by itself. Perfect. And guess what? I'm gonna tell y'all something. We the only country that out-arm our government, right? But this the problem. When you got the Democrats, they try to impose gun regulations so strong in this country. So guess what? Whether we have qualified immunity or not, if we lose our rights, we wouldn't be able to stand up against the police regardless. Did y'all forget that? Did y'all forget? Did y'all forget that whole thing? Did y'all forget that whole concept? If they was to put a limitation on assault rifles, on us bearing arms, and they took all of those away, then that means the police can do whatever they want regardless, whether Trump or Kamala in the office. So we got to really think about protecting our Second Amendment as a whole. We got to understand everything. And ATF, what benefits us from having ATF? It don't. What about the Fed? They trying to eliminate the federal government. Cool. Yeah, that's a part of Project 2025. And also, Social Security. Let's talk about that. One thing you got to understand about Social Security. Social Security is administrated by the federal government. That has nothing to do with traditional constitutional principles. It doesn't. That's a federal there's a federal benefit. And something wrong with federal benefits, in my opinion, no. But guess what? That encroach on the rights of the people. So by us accepting so many of these benefits, you got so many federal laws and state laws that's being passed for our own detriment, just because we want handouts. And I know people might look at it like, man, what the? Yes, Medicaid, not Medicaid, hold on, Social Security benefits is going to be wiped out. So now we got to go back. We going back to the old times now. old principle, old school fashion. Everybody finna have their own land. Everybody gonna have to grow their own food. I like it. You know, you're gonna have to take care of your own elderly people. The government not gonna take care of them. Because as long as they've been taking care of them, they've been robbing us. Who's responsible for paying taxes? Us. Who's responsible for paying the roads and everything like that? It's us. Who's responsible for us being regulated and we gotta pay for all us? At the expense of us, the federal government gets to thrive. At the expense of us, we taking care of them regardless. So, like I say, it's certain things in Project 2025 you better pay attention to. It's certain things in Project 2025 that they are trying to eliminate for your own benefit. You better pay attention. Yes, they trying to eliminate the FBI. They trying to eliminate the ATF. They try to eliminate all federal funding. So it's not going to be a requirement no more. So they're not going to have it no more. It's not going to be no federal funding or anything like that. Either your children learn at home or, you know, or they don't learn at all. You're going to have to go back to homeschooling. It's going to put us in a position where most people got to be entrepreneurs. You got to have some land. You better grow some food. You better. And this is what being sovereign about, because you open up many avenues. It's not about the bearing arms only. It's not about just traveling. It's about having freedom, y'all. Do y'all know what real freedom is? Real freedom is you sitting on acres and you got food growing over here. You got cattle. You got your guns. You got family. You got networks. You got everything, and you control it. You control your own land and everything. You got full sovereign ability, and you don't got to worry about the feds coming through and knocking down your house and everything. Like, that's what I'm saying. That's true sovereignty. But in order to get back that, the policies that I align with is, man, it's mentioned. Like, y'all ever seen somebody named J.D. Vance? I like some politics they have. You got to understand, don't mix up certain aspect of just being a part of a certain race. I like certain politics and I like certain policies that will benefit me. Whether you're a white man or a black man, you got to understand, even though for my people, it's still certain politics and policies that I align with the Republic side. Like in the state of Texas, it's illegal for any teacher to try to teach the kids homosexuality. You can't teach that in the state of Texas. You can't teach that at all. Kids cannot have a sexual change. I don't align with those principles. Females cannot just get abortions, no. But I do agree with the exception, though. I agree if a woman was raped, I think it should be an exception. That's my personal opinion. I believe that if a woman was raped or taken advantage of, I think that, you know, she should have the right for an abortion. I believe if she was in a situation where she would die, if she had real life health complications and it was tested and the doctors can see it, that she should have the right for an abortion. I agree with that. But just casual sex and just abortion, hell no. Not like that, no, not at all. Yeah. Yeah. Grow food, build home, learn trades. Yes. Yeah. 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 So I can't wait till they eliminate the FBI. You know how many felons right now that would love for them to eliminate the FBI? You know how many felons right now that would love for them to eliminate the ATF? You know how many gun owners would love for them to eliminate them? Yeah, abolish them people. You take this back to a real republic. We go back to a real republic. Everybody gonna have their own land. Everybody gonna have their own government. Everybody gonna have their own gun. You don't gotta worry about the government no more. You gotta worry about protecting your own. I like it like that. I don't like it where everything's regulated and we control like puppets. We walk around the streets with not an ounce of knowledge in our brains. Like, I don't like a society like that, really. But it happens though. This will happen for us being under federal control for all these years. LOL. Who are the people so smart they can make a rule language homeschool? What do you mean kids are smart? Yeah. Yeah. You can send your everybody can do homeschooling. It's up to you though. As a parent, it's up to you to do homeschooling if you want to. Yes, abolish the educational system. Of course. The public educational system is not mandated in the Constitution. So honestly, that's a federal privilege. And honestly, even after they abolish the free educational system, we're not saying that the state won't have educational system that's already assigned. You got to understand, in a real republic, y'all, listen what we're talking about. When you're talking about the real republic, the traditional America, it was no public educational system. You were responsible for training and raising and taking care and educating your own children. You get what I'm saying? It wasn't a time where if you didn't have money, you just go to UPS and get a job. That wasn't how it was traditionally. You was responsible for buying land. You was responsible for getting cattle. You was responsible for setting up. You was responsible for doing everything. Right? So now, since we've been spoon-fed for so many damn years, people barely can take out the trash by themselves. Because this is what happens when you get babied by the government, and at the expense of you being babied, you lose your rights. And that's beyond money. Having your own land, that's beyond money. These Federal Reserve notes ain't money. This is fiat currency. Y'all, this is debt. They are printing debt. They are printing debt. A man with a farm with 600 cows, 1,000 chickens, with 400-500 acres, with 2 trucks, with milk and everything like that, and they got a bunch of fruit. They way richer than me. They way richer than anybody. They the ones who gonna sustain the longest. The people who gonna fall off is the people who depending on these promissory notes. You don't got land, you don't have gold, you don't have nothing. Manufacturer, distribution, you're gonna be poor. You're gonna be one of the poorest people in the land because you can't save debt. That's what people don't understand. I just teach people how to use debt, how to leverage debt, but you can't mix that up with you can't mix that up with having real wealth. Real wealth is intangible. Real wealth has intrinsic value because you producing money. If you have cows, you producing money. They have kids, you producing money. You get the milk and everything, like you producing money. You got a farm with 200 watermelons, pears, apples, vegetables. You producing money. Nobody want to go back to that time. I don't think people do because everybody's too comfortable, you know? And me telling you this as a person who understand credit, understand the banking system, I like it. Don't get me wrong, it's fun, but it's another part of me that knowing that most people not going to adjust to that new lifestyle because they too used to the democratic world now. We're in a democratic world right now. Yeah, too spoiled. Everybody like babies. Everybody like babies. We should have a division split. Who want to be slaves and who want to be free? The people who want freedom going to go through the most hell. The people who want freedom, the people who want to be under their hands, they're going to be slaves, but they're going to have a good life. They're going to be taking vaccination shots. They're going to be sexually changing their kids. They're going to be eating any type of way they want. They're going to do whatever they want, but it's going to be no structure. It's not going to be no understanding. It's not going to be any real knowledge or anything like that. So, you know, plant-based, pure blood. Yeah. You can purchase land without going through banks, of course. Yeah, you can. Yep, do what they are told. Yeah, they want people to be slaves, y'all. But it's up to you. Like I say, at the end of the day, it's up to you, whatever you pick. Politically, that's why I align with. Some people might align with something different. You don't have to agree with me. You can say what he's saying is false. Listen, what I'm saying is, it's just your political choice on which side of the fence you want to be on. No, it's not worth it. I ain't gonna lie, everybody got a freedom. Appreciate it, fam. Really lucky, damn. I appreciate that, bro. But you know, everybody got a right to their opinion. I really don't think that Aiden is politically, like, politically correct. I just think that it's a lot of emotions. You know, the election coming through. Honestly, I'm gonna tell y'all something. I don't give a damn who in office. I'm still gonna exercise my rights. I'm still gonna do me, right? But just talking, just to explain something, I don't care who goes in office. I really truly don't care. This might be her whole goal, to let her win, like Kamala win. It might be her whole goal because I think if she don't win, she feel like the world's gonna end. Honestly, I don't care. If this is what you choose, do you? Honestly. I don't know. I really don't get mad. I think people get emotional When you talk about politics, people get emotional, right? I don't care which side of the fence y'all on. Like I say, I believe in conservative principles. I'm not a Republican or a Democrat, but I do believe in conservative. Yep, that's what I'm saying, family. You know, you can't. Hmm. Yeah, it's not that serious, Aiden. You getting too emotional. You know, it's political talk, y'all. It's political talk, y'all. Y'all can't get too emotional over that. Oh my God, I don't want Trump to win. Doesn't matter if it's win. If he win, what? Hold on. Answer this. If Kamala wins, how do your life change? You as an individual. It don't. It remains the same. It don't make you richer. You won't. It don't matter. You're not going to buy land. You're not going to change the world. You're not going to politically go out there and fight. So what does it matter? You just pretty much a spectator on the sidelines looking. Whether Trump get in the office or not, I'm still exercising my rights. Whether he get in the office or not, I'm still going to use the banks to my advantage. I don't give a damn who get in the office, really. My principles is my principle, but I don't care who gets in office. Because honestly, I'm not voting for either one of them, but I just say one of them I like their principles. Yeah, family. Amen. Find yourself. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You should. You should be emotional being a black man because I can't believe you. Y'all gotta understand. Y'all can't listen. Don't fall just for the race card, right? Understand the politics. First, look at the politics. You worry about the race second. Worry about the politics. And when you look at the politics, you see what policies benefit you. The policies that Trump put in office benefit me because I understand the Second Amendment. That's the policy I care about. Everything else, I'm not looking for those policies. And you got to look at, if you want to talk from a black standpoint, what policies is Kamala Harris is going to do for you? What policies she putting in place? How is she going to make your life better? What plans has she orchestrated to us to say she's going to do something that benefits solely us? Show me a policy. It's not one policy. It's not one. All it is emotion. You see a woman that looks like you, that's not even you. She's East Indian, and she portraying this image on TV. She got rappers and singers twerking at her damn rally, playing games. And you want me to tell you something crazy about us? Like when we vote, like as a race, they look at us like clowns. I'm gonna tell you why. You introduce yourself as being black by saying your father cooked collard greens. Do you know how like shameful that is? Collard greens. We finna go through World War III and you talking about some damn collard greens. How good your daddy used to cook collard greens. You have Megan Thee Stallion on stage shaking her ass, and we need to be talking about serious political issues. We just got a woman who got shot up in her house, shot in her damn head, and you talking about collard greens, and you got Megan Thee Stallion twerking on stage. Y'all don't understand what's going on, really, do y'all? I'm not gonna lie to you. Y'all gotta. It's way deeper than what most people think. I never had a political talk with y'all before. This is actually fun. You know, I never talked about it, but I'm just speaking from my perspective. Like the way they hyping her up, bro. She's not even black. Them one of them sisters that you will see at your family reunion, and she would tell her kids to stay away from you because she'll think y'all no good. You get what I'm saying? Like that's not. She not us. I don't know why y'all steady thinking that. I'm gonna tell y'all something, right? I'm gonna tell y'all something, and this is my opinion, right? And I'm speaking from the race, right? If Michelle Obama was to run for president, she'll give Donald Trump a run for his money. Because she traditionally come from that. She come from O Block in Chicago on 64th and King Drive. She understand our struggles. Trump, it won't be an easy fight for Trump. It would be almost, he'll lose. He'll be losing and she'll be winning, and it'd be like a necktie. But her on the other end, she not even an ounce of what Michelle Obama is. She not an ounce you know, of what these women is. So honestly, for speaking, that's the wrong type of woman to even be voting for anyway. No, she wouldn't even show it to my family. That's what I'm saying. Them the people you wouldn't even trust with a secret. Them the family members who would have their damn purse at a Thanksgiving if y'all at a Thanksgiving table, Kamala Harris would have her purse right between her legs. She wouldn't even leave it on the stairs or nothing like that, or leave it on the hook because she gonna think y'all gonna steal it. You know damn well Kamala Harris is not us. I don't know why people think that. And they like to put all of us in one big bucket. Nah. I think Michelle Obama should give Trump a run for his money. I'm not gonna lie to you on that. I really think she is. She just didn't. No, she's not no man. They got childhood pictures of Michelle Obama in Chicago. She come from the struggle. She understands. You know, and if we want to speak that, I'm just saying, if we want to speak of something that you might benefit from, I think it might be a little something right there. But the other lady on the other hand, it won't be no chance. Kamala is not black. She's Indian, of course. She's Indian. She don't give a damn about black people. She mass incarcerate y'all. They asked her, how do you feel about you locking all those black men up in California? She laughed. And I said, dang, this is who y'all vote for. She laughed. Whether it be black, white, Mexican, she locking y'all ass up. She was a state's attorney. You want me to tell you a black woman who is beneficial to the race? Kim Foxx in Chicago. Honestly, politically speaking, that is who you will say that aligns with us. Not Kamala Harris. No, not at all, family. Not at all. Not at all. They only see the fakes. She laughed at everything serious. She never answered nothing serious. I would never in my life vote for her. Never. I didn't even, this is the thing. I never even gave her the benefit of the doubt because I knew it wasn't real. I watched some stuff, I watched the presidential debate and everything like that, and I said, this is what she coming with? Really? She don't got a chance. And me speaking, not even from a race standpoint or her being a woman, because I don't really care if you're a woman. Like I told you, Michelle Obama would beat Trump. If they went head to head, he'll lose. He will lose instantly. He will lose. He will lose the black vote. He'll lose the Hispanic vote. He will lose everything. If he went against Michelle Obama, he would lose. It wouldn't even be. It'd be close, but she'll win. It'd be like you wouldn't even have a chance because of how much influence she have and what she really came from. But as far as Kamala Harris, when you look at all of her policies, you look at her politically, you like, this is who running for president. This is who you trust to run for president. This is who our kids gonna be looking up to. Good luck. I'm like, good luck. Man, she's not no man. I don't know why y'all saying that. But like I said, it's political talk, y'all. It's political talk. It's not that serious, y'all. Don't get emotional. I know some people can listen. I'm not even an emotional type of guy, really, because honestly, you believe what you believe. I'm not gonna block you because you believe what you believe. Believe in it. That's just like some people arguing over religion. Who's got the better religion? You put your facts out. They put their facts out. You say no. You say no, and that's it. But some people cry, and it's okay. Because honestly, some people's whole life depends on it. Some people hopes that this person get elected because they think their life is gonna get better. It's almost like winning a lottery ticket. I don't vote based off of my condition of life. I don't vote for Trump to get a better life. I like Trump because certain policies, not because I think my life gonna change. I think my life gonna be just the same, but I think certain policies I align with, which make me agree with him on certain aspects. You get what I'm saying? So that's what you got to look for. You want your kids to look up to you, of course. Michelle Obama for president. Yeah. I want my kids to look up to me, not a stranger. Of course. Yeah. Don't matter who you vote for. You always want your kids to follow you. Y'all steady saying she a man. Good luck tonight. Good luck. Hold on tonight. Life is only gonna get hard as you think it is. You want me to tell you why life's so hard for a lot of people? Because they ain't cracked the banks yet. They don't understand how the banks work. They don't understand how the system works. They don't understand anything. The lack of knowledge is what people, what people, what people don't have. That's the reason why most people think it's so hard right now. You think it was harder 100 years ago. It's harder today. It's harder every day for most people. And that's just the sadness of the world, because they printing off fake money. And since they printing off fake money and we keep spending fake money, you putting the country more and more and more and more in debt. And since most people don't know how to leverage debt, and most people don't know how to make millions from debt, most people gonna struggle. That's just the world we live in, family. You know? That's just the world we live in. That's just the world we live in. That's just the world we live in, family. You can't, man. It's hard because people are feeding people misinformation. That's why it's hard listening to you. What makes somebody's life hard? Listen, I think that you are obsessed with the ideas that somebody throwing in your head, or you are obsessed with a narrative that the media wants you to follow. But don't get fooled. Don't get fooled off of what you just see off YouTube. Don't get fooled off that, y'all. Understand politics. Understand policies. But understand yourself first. Put yourself in the right position. What you trying to accomplish out of it? What do you want to do? Ask yourself, really, what do you want to do? What policies that you want to see her pass that's going to be a benefit to you and your family? Okay, let me know what politics that you see her have, that she's passing, that you might like. Can you spend some game on some credit moves like a car method? Oh yeah, so speaking of the car method, right? So I'm gonna touch bases on this for a second, and we're gonna go right back to politics, because I never talked about politics. I just got a couple 75,000. I just got a couple 75,000 from the auto loan play, and they convert the auto loan into an unsecured personal loan. So I got that method on lock. Now, what I would say is, as far as if anybody want to do it, just make sure your credit is decent, and we can set up a call and I can show you what you can get. I didn't want that free stuff, but y'all not even getting free stuff. Everybody getting is the immigrants. The immigrants benefiting more than you. So you say everybody getting the free, they getting the free. Everybody want the free stuff, but they not even benefiting from it. It's people who not even in this country benefiting more than you. Yeah. People need big families, not big government. Yeah. Hey Siri, play. Yeah. My people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge. Shalom, shalom. Yeah. Yeah. I want to see a closed border that will benefit me and my family. Now, I got different decisions on it. I got different opinions on it. It's two-way street, right? Whether or not the borders get open or closed, they still won't get over the muds. I've been seeing immigrants in my whole entire life, whether Kamala was in office or Trump was in office or Obama was in office. I've seen that my whole life. That's not stoppable. I don't give a damn if you make a fence as tall as the Sears Tower in Chicago. They still going to find a way to get past them borders. They've been doing it for the last 50 years. Even if they get a closed border, they still going to get through. So that's not one thing that really concerned me as much. I just look at the benefits that they received while being here under the vice president and the president. You get what I'm saying? Because I guarantee you, if Nigerian was under us, it would be the biggest deportation operation in history. It wouldn't be one Nigerian walking through America right now if they was a legal immigrant, because they would have been got snatched. They would have created an operation team, and they would snatch every last one of them people out. So, in my whole opinion about this whole thing, they gonna get over regardless. I just look at the certain politics that they have that benefits us, the people who live here already. You get what I'm saying? For the boats. Speaking of benefits, if you register as undocumented as a national, you get the same EBT benefits as immigrants. Yeah, you can. If I go to Japan legally and overstay my visa, if Japan found out aren't giving me and my kids benefits, they would deport me immediately. Of course. But you know, the operation different in America. You know, it's totally different, y'all. Do you know of Yusuf El? He has a great channel on Frequency Radio. I heard of him before. Yeah, I'm very familiar with Yusuf. Yeah. What does Trump policy tell me? I just care about the policies in regards to the Second Amendment, and the Second Amendment should be it shouldn't be a regulation. And also, one of the main things that he's doing to protect that is eliminating the ATF, eliminating the FBI. So that's the only policy I really care about is the Second Amendment primarily. Everything else, I care less about those. That's the only policy. That's the only one I care about. There's nothing else. I'm not going on a whole list of, I like this about Trump. I like his hair. I like Trump personality. Trump can hate me. If he has a policy, if he have a policy that I feel like that is beneficial, I will like it. I would accept it. You know, I don't let certain things cloud my judgment. Take emotions out of it, of course. I know, but some people life revolves around it, so it's good for them to have emotions, you know, because you know some people life revolves around these politics. Oh, my apologies, family. You want to set up a call with me? Just shoot me a text at 224-463-1848. Again, it is 224-463-1848. One more time, it is 224-463-1848. You should peep the book, One Nation Under Blackmail. It's controlled by the same people, both sides on the team. Yeah. How is it coming in the country as a non-citizen national? It's going perfect. It's a beautiful country. Once you understand certain politics and you understand how to, you know, represent yourself, you understand how to live as a free person, you will love it. Whether you're in America, whether you're anywhere in the world, you just got to understand the politics stuff. You are a former current military, huh? No, I'm not. I've never been in the military. I wanted to go to the Navy SEALs, but nah. He needs to do what he said in the first inauguration and give the people back the power. I'm not gonna lie to you. The president can't give the people back the power. Only the people can give the people back the power, because the people took the benefit which left the power. Because it's certain policies that we agreed on as a people, which took away the rights from the people. True, that's my brother. True, yep. True. He can move through the coast. How was 2018, 2019, black men was dying like I never seen in my 60 plus years. You already forgot. Refresh your memory, baby. Okay, so are you talking about, so hold on. I'm going back to what a few of you guys said. You said, how was 2018, 2019, black men was dying like I never seen in 60 plus years of my life. You already forgot. Let me explain to you about the war on us, right? So you got to separate politics. Black on black crime, let me explain something, right? Black on black crime is deeper than politics. It's deeper than which president is in office, which police, which mayor step in, right? This is a psychological, mental, and spiritual issue that we're dealing with from the mass incarceration of black men, us being separated, the father being separated from the child, and the child being miseducated, and the lack of love that's in the community, and the lack of structure in the community. And also, by us lacking so much resources and not being not being a beneficiary to our own community, which causes our children to survive amongst each other, which starts the black on black crime. Remember, You take away food and the ability to survive from a child. You take away they knowledge of self, and you create self hatred in that child. I guarantee you, you're gonna turn him into a killer. So our situation has nothing to do with whoever the president is. That's an internal issue that we have to work on. That has nothing to do with the politics. So I think most people get that confused. So when they say they want Trump to step in, and or they want Kamala to step in, black on black crime has nothing to do with neither one. That's an internal issue. That's an internal issue that we have to deal with. And Kamala damn sure not finna touch bases on that. She damn sure not finna touch bases on that. Said 3 strikes took black men out the family. Yep, but you want me to tell you what else took us out the family? By us not setting up our own industries where we don't have to sell drugs and we can make a sufficient income, or us not being politically educated and we not understanding how politics work in the jury system, where we pick jurors not only who are race but also members of our community. Because right now I'm seeing an unfair advantage or a biasness in jury selection due to the prosecution trying to navigate the trials. So you remember, you have to be impartial and fair jury. You can't just have a jury from all the way in a whole nother county and a whole group of people outside of your county. So I think jury play a role in it, but politics, and we also got to be in control of our own communities. We got to have resources in our communities as well. As a black man trying to come up in the world, do you do electronic liens to get out bank liens? Yeah. Yeah, you can get out of an electronic lien. Does the do not detain list come back to the country? Does the do not detain list apply when coming back to the country? Yeah. Yeah. So no, that issue you brought up, that 2018, 2019 issue, that has nothing to do with the politics. That don't got nothing to do with who's in office or nothing. That's an internal issue. That's an internal issue right there. Yeah. But that's the issue you was getting at, right? What's her name is? Her name, I think Maria. I think her name Maria. That's the one who asked me the question. No, yeah, Marie. Yeah, sorry, you had asked me that question. That was the question, right? Let me answer some more of y'all questions. You would have made a wonderful slave. I would have broke out. Can we talk about the potatoes for a second there? Denzel Washington said, it's best moms and dads fix our youth. It starts at home in the community. Of course, but it's both. Because not only should the mothers and the fathers be at home constructively building a child, you also got to have the members of the community. Because I know situations where a child grew up in Chicago, they got both mothers and fathers, right? And they home was perfect, meaning the mother worked, the father worked. They was okay living. They wasn't in poverty. They wasn't struggling. They was good. But the condition of the community that they lived in, her daughter was outside in the park in the playground, and the 2 young men in that community, they accidentally shot her in the heart, killed her, right? I know y'all heard about the story, Hadia Pendleton in Chicago. She was 15 when she was killed, right? So your child might be good, but what about the community? Because if you don't fix the community, your child can be a victim of that same community that they raised in. So you got to think about that before you just try to say, I'm only worried about the child in the house. You got to worry about the entire community. If everybody knew how to cultivate and produce potato, they can have it all. Correct. Food in regardless of anything, food, period. If you know how to grow food, if you know how to grow this, you know how to grow that, yeah, you win. You winning. One simple veggie, but it goes so far. Yep. Read Jim Crow in Project 2025. This is your homework this weekend. I'm very familiar with Jim Crow, but you want me to tell you the biggest Jim Crow? It's the self-hatred. It don't matter what policies that's in place, because you want me to tell you something crazy? Jim Crow wasn't that effective that it is today. It wasn't effective in Black Wall Street when we control over 600 businesses. It wasn't in control when we had so many communities that we own in Florida. It wasn't like that, right? So you got to understand, Jim Crow is really ineffective now because we don't own anything. You don't control anything. Back then, we control and own our own stuff, our own land, our own resources. They had to have a hate for us, like an emotional aspect of racism. The system couldn't step in because we control all of our systems. We educate our own children. We grew our own food. We took care of our own things. We make and manufactured and fix our own vehicles. So it's a whole different world right now. So yeah, family, like, but no, it's been a good live, y'all. Yeah, straight haters. Amen. That's what I meant. Yep, yep. You just shoot me a text, family. 224-463-1848. Again, it is 224-463-1848. Ooh, man. What's the word, y'all? What's going on? What's going on, family? We're going to be talking about the auto loans and credit and all that stuff later. I just want to make sure I touch bases on this. Till she sucked her way to the top. I believe you. I believe exactly what you're talking about. He said she sucked her way to the top. Yeah. No, that's not my type of people. I'm not gonna lie to you. You got to be crazy to vote for her. Crazy as hell. You got to be crazy to vote for her. She definitely did that. Yeah. Yeah, family. So, what's been going on, everybody? Why everybody quiet? Talk to me. Talk to me, family. That's not a black woman. You said, why would you talk about a black woman? That's not a black woman. That's an Indian woman who playing black. Why are you steady saying a black woman? That's not a black woman. This person at Aiden Clave, you made the live fun. I'm not gonna lie to you, you did. You made the live fun. Bro, it's 1 million forklift certified. Don't have things to say. Lowest approval rating of any vice president in history, of course. Said Aiden is missing some brain cells. Yeah. It's okay. I understand. But yeah, family, like, what y'all want to talk about right now, y'all? It's getting dried up now. Talk to me, y'all. Talk to me. Ask some questions or something like that before I get off. Ask me some questions, y'all. What y'all want to know about? What y'all want to learn about? What y'all want to talk about? Taquan, your real name. Yep. Yep, Taquan, yep. Y'all thought that was like what type of name? Y'all thought that was like my alias name or something? Appreciate it. Her father is an East Indian descendant who obtained nationality in Jamaica. So he's an East Indian who nationality is Jamaican, but he's not an inherited, he's not a descendant from the Jamaican people out there. Because you know, it's a lot of Indian migrants out there. So her mother was straight from East India. Her father was grew up in Jamaica, but he wasn't a descendant from the people in Jamaica. So I think y'all got that confused. That's what I'm saying. Even Trump said, he said she was saying that she was Indian. Now I guess she's a black person, you know, because they like to use us for our emotions. That's the thing about us. They know we are politically uneducated. They know we don't give a damn about, you know, nothing. You just show skin and they think you good. You show skin, they think you can. No, it's not. That's not the case with us. And it's the thing. You don't use no female like that as an example. If you want to bring in black people, like I said, you should have used Michelle Obama, Oprah Winfrey. You could have used Rihanna. You're gonna use her out of every. That's like using Paula Patton. You can't use Paula Patton if you're trying to steal all the black votes. You get what I'm saying? Just like if you was gonna use a black male, you're not gonna use Drake. You're gonna use Kendrick Lamar. You're gonna use a Tupac or something or 50 Cent. Why would you use that? Why would you use something that you know that's not 100% with it? You know, like that's stupid. Even if you was trying to deceive us, you're going to use her out of everybody. You couldn't use anybody else. You use her. You know that everybody was going to question that. That's why everybody questioned it. That's why everybody questioned her authenticity of being a black person. That's why everybody questioning that now. At first, overnight, she blew up. Then everything just went down because all lies got exposed. Everything got exposed. The police never been an issue. Not solely the police. It's the protection that we didn't have as a community, which we need to build up community political power. The reason why it's like that with our community is because we not enforcing certain policies in our community and setting up our own political group that will hold police accountable. And I think that's one of the things that most people fail to realize on why we being shot down. And then you want to be honest, like it's never been a time where we got shot by the police and anything happened. You know, you let a black person kill a black person, y'all come back and slide. But when they kill us, everybody crying on the news. Nah. Just like the rapper, we had a rapper that got killed in Atlanta. He's from Chicago. His name King Von. He got killed by a rapper. So you mean tell me they put up $1 million on the person who killed King Von head, right? Hear me out. They put up $1 million. Black people killing black people. They put up $1 million bounty on somebody's head, on the dude who killed them, Lil Tim Head. And Sonia Massey just got shot in the head by a white officer 3 times after she said, what she told the officers, she said, "I rebuke you in the name of Jesus," and he shot her in the head. Why y'all didn't put a $1 million bounty on him? So that's the hypocrisy that's in our own community. So all black on black issues or police on black issues is an eternal thing that we need to fix. Cause that's weird. That's extremely weird. That's extremely weird. If a black guy killed me, my family want to kill him. If police kill me, they want to cry on the news. They want to get flowers. They want to get the wipes. They want to wipe their face. They want to cry. No, I just think that's one of the most stupidest things in the world. Because regardless of not murder is murder, you going to jail for life in prison if you kill somebody. So if somebody black kill me, you mean to tell me that you're going to go kill him in 5 seconds, but a police officer kill me, you're going to cry on the news and beg for justice? That's stupid. Go kill him. I'm just saying, if you believe in those type of politics, if you believe in that type of stuff, you should go back and avenge that person. Yeah. I'm just speaking from that logical perspective based off of the issues that's in our community. Because as long as I've been like raised and everything like that, if a black person kill a black person, another black person go kill that black person. But if a white person or a police officer kill a black person, they just sit right there and don't do nothing. And me being honest, that is hypocrisy. That's hypocrisy off the wall. That's not nothing else but hypocrisy. That's hypocrisy right there. Yeah. I ain't put the blame game on the Europeans. That just went over your head. I was just making up an example of the hypocrisy in our community. So this wasn't even talking about solely Europeans. I'm talking about the hypocrisy in our community where black on black crime is the issue, right? But people try to make it a political thing. And I'm just trying to tell you guys this is an eternal thing. And I was explaining one of the situations. And also, if you want to be honest, if we talking politically, you can't exclude Europeans from the demise of black people. I know many people try to exclude that, and I don't care who I'm following. Like that's like honestly, I don't really care about that. White guy called me one time. He asked me what's my thoughts on certain things, right? And I gave him an honest answer. You gotta understand, I don't sugarcoat for nobody. I don't play an individual role. I don't tell people I'm in between. I don't be like, oh man, like, well, well, it's not white people's fault. Listen, if we're gonna be honest and politically honest, we have to include the fact that white people play a role in the demise of black people in this country. You can't exclude that. Because if you exclude that, that mean you are lying. One person asked me this, and I'm gonna tell you guys something, right? And I never really talk about it, but I'm actually gonna talk about it on live. A person say, how do you blame white people today? Your people was enslaved 400 years ago. Let me explain something to you. I'll give y'all an example. I'm finna break this stuff down, and I need y'all to really listen to me, and I really need y'all to listen to me. I'm finna break down this whole thing. I'm finna tell you a scenario where a person say, how do you blame white people today if they enslaved you over 400 years ago? The land in this country that we call America today was originally owned and controlled and occupied by us, right? They call it Native Americans, but we knew who the Native American was, right? We knew the people that they took from the transatlantic slave trades. They knew the people who was already here, that was us, right? If you was to take land from a person of a tangible, intangible, valuable good, right? Right? And if you take gold from a person, right? You took land, gold, you took everything from a person, right? And you are still in possession of the things that you stole, whether it was 400 years ago or 4 days ago. And you come back and tell the people that your ancestors stole from, that you're sorry, but you do not surrender and give over the things that were stolen, then you are not sorry. It's almost like this. We got a community, right? We got 2 houses in this community. 50 years ago, my grandfather shot your grandfather, took his bag, took his gold, took his jewelry, took his chains, took everything from him, and he got it in the treasure bag. My grandfather died. He got that same treasure bag. His kids grow up. They still have that treasure bag. And they go to the neighbors. They say, yeah, we're sorry for what our grandfather did. He did wrong, and, forgive us. They say, okay, can you give us or return us the treasure that your grandfather stole from us? No, we can't do that. Then you still racist. So that's how you sum up. If you're still in possession of the things that you stolen, you are still racist. Regardless of whatever anybody look at it, you still racist. It don't matter what you say. If you are still in possession of the things that you stole, I don't give a damn if it's 2 billion years ago. You are still in possession of the things you stole. So either you give it back or you keep the name, and people and you still gonna be associated with slavery. Yeah, so I think people forgot that. And so I never played the race card. You brought up white people. I never attacked white people. I was talking about the politics. But if we got on that subject, I'm going to bring that up. That's what we saying. And like I said, I deal primarily sovereignty. I don't talk too much about my personal opinion. But if a person was to ask me, honestly, like, what do I stand with that? I'm going to tell them the same thing. If you are in possession of the things that you stolen, whether you stole it or your ancestors stole it, and you can identify that you stole those items, and those people do not receive or you don't give back the things that you stolen, you are still racist. Don't matter what you think it could be, you still that. Do the Native American people need to get back the land that they stole from the other Native American, right? Okay, let me explain this, right? If you talking Native American in entirety, right? The Native American people solely, uh, that's an internal issue. That's almost like black on black crime. So if a black person killed another black person, that's an internal issue. So if a Native American went to one tribe of the Native American people, they have to solve that themselves. But we're talking about a universal racial thing where a group of enslaved blacks was colonized and their land was stolen, right? So now we talking about 96% of land that's owned here in America is owned by white, right? So if 96% of land here in America is owned by white, that means you have 96% of land that is stolen. And so the people who stole the land will have possession of the land, whether you bought it fairly, fair and square, whether you obtained it, whether you inherited it. If you know the history of it, then you give it back. And you can give it back to anybody you want, anybody, but you're not going to give it back. And I understand that. So a person can't say America's not racist country or it's not racist because you can't exclude those facts. Can't nobody exclude those facts. Can't nobody exclude those facts. You can argue till your lungs fall off. If you are in possession of the things that you stolen or your ancestors stolen, and you are not willing to give them back, then you are still one of those people. And no, I'm not a victim. I'm just being honest. A person asked me a question, and I gave him my honest opinion. I know it probably hurt somebody's feelings because remember, when you're talking truth, most people can't stand the truth. And that's the truth that most whites can't stand. Like we were just talking about the Kamala things. Kamala is a so-called black woman, right? And I told the truth about her. Trump is a white man. I told her I believe in Trump policies, right? So right there, automatically, just by me agreeing with Trump policies, that's not slave mentality because most people who think like me wouldn't vote for Trump, wouldn't even think about Trump. But I said certain policies that's in effect that I agree with. But now we talking about the whole race thing. Somebody brought up race, and I didn't even talk about race as far as everybody. I was only talking about my race and what issues that we have. Somebody brought up what's the issues that we have. I didn't even include white people at first. I never said shit about white people. I said this is an eternal thing. And then I went on and started talking about the other aspects of it because we're not going to exclude it. Because if we exclude it, there'll be bias. Meaning you can't talk about the things that have happened without including the causes of those things. It's almost like a man raping a child and the child grow up angry, frustrated, fighting people. And you might say, man, this child is wrong. But what caused the child to be that way? And you look back at the trauma, this is what happened, this is what occurred in that child's life. And so if this is the things that occurred in that child's life, then those are the causes that cause that effect. So if we being honest, he said, I'm willing to give it back and repent for my, thank you, look, hear me out. If a white person say, I'm not racist, they going to give back every ounce that they have control of, and they would give it back to any black family. And guess what? You have washed your hands clean. In my book, you have washed your hands clean. In my book, I would genuinely say you're not a racist person. And that's just being honest. If whatever your ancestors stole and you still have possession over, you are a thief. You still have possession. I just gave you an example. My grandfather stole from your grandfather 50 years ago. We both have knowledge that this thing occurred. We both have knowledge that this not toolbox, but treasury box belongs to your grandfather. My children's children inherit the box. They are saying they are sorry for what the things my grandfather have done. If they are sorry and they still have possession over the things that he stole, give it back to show that you're sorry. And if you don't give it back, you know how you really feel. So the man in the group, the brother in the group, he said, I'm willing to give it back. That's it. Prove it. Shut me up. And will some do it? I think some would do it. We give our property away and don't even know it, yeah? Did this person ever go to school? Oh no, I'm not a thief. oh no, I'm a thief apparently. Like at the end of the day, you can say whatever you want. Like one thing I'm not gonna do is whether or not you accept it or not, that's on you. You gotta die knowing this truth. You gotta die hearing this information. If you don't, that's on you. Cause honestly speaking, like like you can't expect anybody to think, you can't expect anybody to accept what they ancestors done. You can't expect that. It's okay. Talk about the slave trade in Africa. Thank God for talking about the slave trade in Africa. The same brothers and sisters who sold us out, you got to understand one thing. If we going back to Africa, now we getting to history, right? Number one, y'all are mixing us up. Y'all are mixing a different dialect of people up with Africans. So when y'all say Africans, that's a broad statement. They're just like saying Asians, but all Asians people are not the same. You got many different dialects of Asians. You have people from Thailand, you have people from South Asia, Korea, you have people from all over, right? So can you pretty much put every Asian person the same? No. So when y'all say Africans sold us out, there were certain tribal groups in Africa who sold us out, and they had to pay the price. So the same thing that happened to them, they was cursed. They was cursed for many years. They never got back up in power. They never got to a position where they ruled. They was cursed. So they paying their punishment. Don't believe that they were just excluded. It's a universal law that all people got to understand that you're going to pay for whatever you done. Whether it don't matter what race, what nation you is, you got to pay for what you done. So if it's Africans that sold us out, that's why they're in the situation that they in. And the people who enslaved us here in America got theirs coming too. It's the same. It's a universal. At one point in time, we was colonized. It's okay. And then you got to flip the script. You think it just happened one time? No. That's when real consciousness come in, y'all. Like most people like to have biasness in their research and they study, and they only want the things that they feel like that will make them feel good. My goal is to learn not only the things that make me feel good, but understand there's certain things that I got to learn that might be a time where we had our detriment. So that's what I'm saying, y'all. You know, most people can't get emotional about this. You have no idea what you're talking about. Are you a slave in the victim mentality? Yeah. Mm-hmm. I never said it wasn't the best country. I think you're trying to change the narrative to say I hate America. I never said that. I think you're trying to change the narrative to think I dislike America now. I never said that. I think you're trying to create a narrative that I'm bashing America. I never said that. I was only talking about a specific group of people who have done wrong in America, who still have to pay for the things that they've done. That's not a victim mentality, because I live a great life in America. I'm thriving in America. Because you got to understand, y'all got to also understand how it went too politically. You might have a few black people that's successful. You might have a few black people that make over 6 figures, and they comfortable, they live okay, comfortable lives. But we're not just talking about me. We're talking about the majority, right? Because even though we was colonized and enslaved, you do have select people that make it. But we talking about everybody in a sense. When we strip from resources, everybody was stripped. Yes, America allows certain individuals to get wealthy, certain individuals to become successful. But you also got to understand that even though it's a lot of us successful, you do have a lot of us that are being destroyed from the same divisive tools that America that America used against us that will cause our own detriment. So those are the things you can't ignore. So I know a lot of people like to ignore, oh, we was a slave, or we got our resources took from us. Y'all burned down Black Wall Street. That's not a victim mentality. That's a person telling you the history. Victim mentality would be like, I can't do nothing because I'm black. I can't get a job because I'm black. I can't run for president because I'm black. I can't go outside because I'm black. No, fuck no. when y'all see my videos and my lives, I'm talking about understanding how to use the banks, how to leverage credit, how to get rich, how to what? Does that sound like a victim mentality to you? But if you ask me about history, I'm going to tell you the history. A victim mentality is a person telling you they can't do nothing because they are black. They are telling you that they can't achieve because they are black. They are telling you they can't be great because they are black. You get what I'm saying? So you got to know the difference between victim mentality and a person just teaching you straight up history. So I think most people don't understand that as well. And I think that, I think that most people expected just the political side. They didn't expect the historic side. I know this is gonna bring a lot of awareness because they're like, man, like he only talked about the sovereign side. He never talked about the the political side, the history side, But it's all fair conversation. And you feel free to unsubscribe. Feel free. Feel free. You gotta understand, I'm not a YouTuber. I don't make my life off of YouTube. My goal is leveraging credit. I don't give a damn about YouTube, but I do care about spreading certain information that will benefit a person's life. And anybody can benefit from the information. Anybody can benefit. How much do you want in reparations? I still want my reparations. Hell yeah, I want my reparations. You think we ain't did it? You think we did all that work for free? Yes, I do want my reparation, but I don't want money. I'm like most people. I don't want money. I want controlling resources and land. I can give a damn about money. Give me 3,000 acres. Give me 3,000 acres in southern Florida, and I'm good. I don't want money. I don't want no cash. I could take a little cash, but for the most of it, I want land. I want land. I do not want any cash payout. This money worth nothing. Hold on real quick. What they say? Somebody said, hold on. Somebody just said something. I am not my ancestors. I owe you fuck all. Oh, well, that's you. Well, you got to understand that when in slavery, black children died. So they wasn't responsible for what their ancestors did, but they had to pay the consequences. Most people think they are excluded because their ancestors did it. I'm gonna tell y'all something. If I burn down the White House today, if I burn down the White House today, and I said, fuck America, right? Do you think my kids can walk the streets, live free, and they say, oh, my daddy did that? I didn't do it. Those people shoot my damn kids in the head. Be honest. So you can't exclude yourself from history. You can't exclude yourself from history. People try to, no, you can't. No, you a part of it. You a part of it. Yes, you are a part of it. You benefit from it, whether it be directly or indirectly. You systemically benefit from it and historically benefit from it, okay? So now you're not going to take the benefit without taking the punishment. Just like me. Yeah, I burned down the White House. Everybody celebrating who revolutionaries or whatever. But then my kids, they still got to pay the consequences. They can't go to a regular school and enroll and say, hey, that's what my dad did. I'm not finna get in trouble for that, my ancestor. Hell no. You finna pay for what your daddy did, yes. They might not necessarily lock him up, but many Americans would kill him because of what his ancestors did. Yeah. Don't think that. Yeah, I don't ever think that. You said you niggas are weak and hate each other, and this coming from a bright-skinned coaching winner. You are your own problem. I just said that a couple minutes ago. You just repeated the same thing I said when we talked about black issues and us being in the community and the conditions that we live in. I said that is an eternal issue. So you just repeated the same thing I said. I said that because of self-hate, miseducation, and we need to restore our own community. That's all I said. People act like there wasn't any white slaves. White slave? No, it was never a systemic system of slavery. You had white people who were slaves under them being in imprisonment. You had some white people who were slaves who was rebellious of what the operation was dealing with, but it was no systemic group of white slaves. No white slave was bought and sold to another slave owner. You had some that might have been imprisonment or owed debt to another white person, but it was never a system where they went to Europe and they grabbed them and forced them into slavery and they forced them to be castrated. No, that never happened. I think most of y'all don't understand the circle of life, and y'all don't understand the wrath of what's gonna happen. Y'all gotta understand. You took the benefit, so you gonna take the destruction with the benefit. It don't work like that. You can't rob a bank, take all the damn money, and then spend the money and think that one day that the universe is not gonna come back and you gonna pay for what you did. It's things that I've done before that I gotta pay for. I don't give a damn how your life going right now. I don't give a damn how long it was ago. I don't give a damn if you wasn't directly responsible for it. You responsible for it, and you gonna pay for it. You think you could just live life and enjoy life and think that there's no consequences to the decisions your ancestors make and your family make, and it caused a whole ripple effect amongst the whole country, and many generations in this world been destroyed due to the decisions that your ancestors made? You don't think you have to pay for it? Universal. It's a universal law. Whether you accept it or not, whether you agree or not. Look, I'm gonna tell you this: you can disagree with everything I say. He's a liar. He's a fraud. You can unsubscribe. You can never watch my videos. You can delete me from your mind. And one day, you or your kids are gonna suffer because of the decision that was made. It happens. Just like we have to suffer for the decision that our ancestors made. Same thing. It's no getting off like that. You can't pray your way out of what's supposed to happen. No, it don't work like that. You get plenty of views to get some good YouTube money. No, YouTube money, that's little compared to the credit. Like, YouTube money is good, y'all, but YouTube money compared to the credit, y'all, what y'all really can be leveraging, man, you can make a lot. People act like, hold on. So if you like Harrison and I like Trump, do you think we can be friends? I don't like Harris. I don't know why y'all keep saying that. If anything, we like Trump together. I like Trump. I don't mess with Harris, not at all. I'm gonna put some money in your books. You can put some money on my Cash App right now. Cash App me if you want to. Matter of fact, you can Apple Pay me 224-463-1848. 463-1848. What about the white people who came after the 1800s? You have to pay. What you mean? They came good. They came as immigrants to the United States. After the United States was colonized, Africans, they created a booming economy. They created the New World. That's what they call it. They created a New World, and millions and millions and millions of European immigrants flooded to America after the colonization of African people. Yes, you got to pay for it. Yes, those are part of your ancestors. What? I'm missing something. Level up, bro. Quit living in your past glory. I leveled up already. My uncle was mixed. Do I get benefits too? No. You a nigga. Because even the black people who was mixed, you was still with us. I know, I'm going to tell y'all too. It's a lot of biracial brothers and sisters, and they trying to portray to be biracial. You are us. Nat Turner was allegedly mixed. He was us. Frederick Douglass was mixed. He was us. There's no half and half. Police see you still us. Now, they might have a level of thought to think that, that you less dangerous in a sense. But as far as you directly, you still us. It's not a race issue. It's a cultural issue. If culture change, future will change, of course. I agree with that. Talk that shit. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Are you a Moor or a Muslim? I'm neither one, but I align with the principles of being a Moor. I align with a lot of principles, but no, I'm not a Moor. I'm a Hebrew, if anything. Quit yapping, man. Quit yapping. Hell yeah. You sound better off with the volumes off. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Just unsubscribe, y'all. Unsubscribe. He regurgitated it pretty well. LOL. It's kind of hard to pay attention to you, bro, because you just Yusavelle said a quote, if you want to hide something from a black man, put it in a book. I've seen black kids get made fun of by other black kids for being educated. The reason why most black kids laugh or make fun of black kids who are uneducated, because most of the time they might not be educated. Parents might not taught them to be educated. They might never been informed on nothing. You get what I'm saying? So it's really a slave mentality that they developed over so many years to laugh at someone who has been educated. So, that's their problem. Bloods or Crip, religions don't matter. It's all about the knowledge. Correct. Oh, shoot. Hold on, y'all. Oh, family, what's good? What's good? Yeah, I'm be on live for a minute, y'all. Y'all know I'm in Dubai right now, and it's about to be 6 in the morning. It's 5:18. I've been up. Damn, I've been up since 5 yesterday. 5. No, I've been up since 6 or something like that. I think 6 or something. Yeah, I've been up, y'all. I'm about to eat breakfast in 1 hour. Yeah. Blood or Crip? Both, to be a unity. Yeah. Both needs to be in the unity, Keep spinning the truth, bro. It's gonna be many who hate the truth. Of course. That's why I say I don't do this for fame. Y'all gotta understand, I'm not a YouTube famous person. I'm not trying to go be famous on YouTube to get likes and clicks. I can care less about it. I can understand a banking system for the rest of my life and become rich. I can care less about the YouTube subscribers. There are some people who build a platform of trying to cater to everyone just so they can get the benefit of media. That's not me, y'all. No, that's not me at all. God's wrath is upon the wicked, of course. Amen. This is biblical. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So tell me what you are doing in the 1800s that we owe you shit. Okay. I'm a descendant of a slave, right, who worked, right, and you have to pay the cost. You work them to death, and you have to pay the cost. The same way, if your father was a veteran, right, and let's just say he died in service while being a veteran in your military, and you as a child of the deceased veteran get benefits. So if you owned a slave and you took them from their resources and you stripped them from their labor and from their education, and you done all this tremendous things and you tormented them, you have to pay for what you done. It don't exclude you. That's what I think. That's what y'all get the misnomer of things. You think you are excluded because of decisions that you made. You're not excluded, y'all. You get what I'm saying? You're not excluded. What about all the free slaves that own slaves? They didn't own no slaves. You talking about he might have a butler or a helper, or you talking about in the sense of them having a few people to help them or whatever the case might be, but they wasn't castrating them. They wasn't lynching them. No, that wasn't the case. I think most of y'all said the same thing about Mansa Musa. Mansa Musa didn't have black slaves. He didn't have black slaves at all. That was actually false information that was going around. Do you enjoy the white man's world? No. I enjoy the world that I created. Yeah. Oh, no, I gotta plug this back up, family. Oh, shoot. I gotta plug this back up. Yeah. Yeah, family. Is this even real lives? Stop acting like a victim. It comes down to financial power. This is why Trump will never understand us, the minority. You gotta understand. I think most of y'all don't understand two things, right? Financial power is good. Political and racial power is better, because understand this: you can be rich as LeBron James and rich as Floyd Mayweather, and they slaves, and you can have the money of an average white family, or an average Arabic family, or average Chinese family, and be successful. You got to understand that wealth goes beyond just finances, because wealth is a community-based structure. When you understand, when the Chinese come to America and they make so much money, it's not so much of the paper dollar that they are attracting. It's the unification of the community. And by them having that community organized structure, that what is what helps them evolve more as a community to get more power. Because you gotta understand this: when Floyd Mayweather died, he died, and he just have his money left over. There's nothing else after Floyd Mayweather. But let's just say if I don't know, Elon Musk die. He's a Jewish, right? He's a Jewish guy, whatever the case might be. And if he passed away, he have a whole community that's behind him that's going to run Tesla. So we're not talking about a slave with money. You could be a slave with money. Yes, you can have all the money in the world. You're a slave. You want to tell you why? You're not dealing in a community-based structure with your money. And by you not dealing in a community-based structure with your money, you automatically poor. Because when you die, that lineage and that network and that money and those sorts of funds cuts off. That's what y'all don't understand about the Jewish community. If a Jewish emperor dies and he got billions of dollars, that doesn't stop. It continues. I'm in Dubai right now, and one of the leaders, he's a Grand Sheikh. He died, he died in 1979, I want to say. His son became a Grand Sheikh after his father died, and he continued to dream of Dubai and continued to build up Dubai. And by now, his son created a metropolis economy that built up a part of Dubai, and it's a part of the United Emirates nation, and they own it. So nations and power is created through a community-based system. It's not created in an individual system. You could take Floyd Mayweather and LeBron James wealth together, and you could take Black Wall Street, right? And I would go with Black Wall Street because they will last longer and they will have a bigger legacy. They just got the cash. That's cool. But the money and the legacy dies with them. It don't continue. And when their kids get the money, they're going to spend all the money. So it's going to depreciate. That's why it's not an asset, because they not operating in a community-based system. Yeah. So that's what you got to understand, family. Yeah. So I think that's what people confuse with financial literacy. They say, oh, because I have a lot of money, if I get all my money up, oh, I'm good. No, you're not good. Is your family taken care of? Do you got family franchises? If you die, all of your money get left with your family and they spend it all because you never left a solid foundation. You never left anything. You might left a chain, a car, a Tesla. That's cool. But what legacy is left when you pass away? If you die today, what legacy and structure that is set up in a foundation or a franchise that would enable your family to carry on that legacy when you pass? For all I'm concerned, I don't care if you're a Chinese man or a Korean man and you're doing feet in a nail shop. They're going to have 5, 6 of those franchises around that city, and they're going to continue to grow. And every child who graduates that's in that family is going to continue that legacy. That's what you're chasing. You're not chasing just you getting the bag, because guess what? You just got the bag. You just rich. You just successful in your immediate family, like your wife, your children, and all that. That's cool, right? That's cool. But that's not real wealth. The whole family ain't rich. You ain't rich. You broke. Your family needs to be rich. That's why I made sure my mama finna grab 100. She already grabbed 50. She finna grab 100. That's why I gotta make sure she get a soul food restaurant and get her franchises out there. Because if I die, everything stops with me. I'm successful. I'm good, right? But I'm not. It's nothing. Because everybody that is my blood relations, if they not straight, if they not taken care of, if they not a part of our legacy, I lose my legacy when I die. Look at Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant is one of the greatest basketball NBA stars of all time. He died with $400 million. It died with him. It's nothing after him. He don't even have a son. It's nothing after him. LeBron James got a son. That's cool, right? He got a little bit of legacy, but that's not enough. It still needs more that needs to get done. When Michael Jordan died, that's with him. It's with him. When Shaquille O'Neal died, it's only with him. If Mark Zuckerberg died, he's leaving that to a whole community. If Jeff Bezos died, he's Jewish, leaving it to a whole community. If Warren Buffett died, he's leaving it to a whole community. If Donald Trump died, he's leaving it to a whole community. Donald Trump inherited the wealth of his father, Donald Trump Sr. And Donald Trump Jr. And then you got Donald Trump Jr. the third. So, you get what I'm saying? So, people got to understand real wealth. So when people come to me, especially my people, right, like African Americans, when y'all come to me and say, man, you need some financial, political power, if you don't have that in a community structure base, you losing. You nothing. You broke. Because when you die, your money left with, look, and I'm going to tell y'all how it works. Let's just say me, for instance, right? I ain't even got to the level that I need to. Let's just say me. Let's say I got $2 million in the bank, right? I got online business, right? But my wife, let's just say she ain't fully with it. My kids ain't fully with it. My family just see me rich. They see me on the internet. Oh, you going to Dubai, you doing this, right? But if I die, that money is only left with the kids. And if they spend all the money, my success died with me. The reason why the Arabs, East Indians, whites don't die, because their wealth don't die with them. Their wealth go on. When I said they own 96% of real estate in America, it's not because they bought it, it's because they inherited it. And so if you inherit it, you always gonna be rich. So you gotta understand that everything, as far as power and politics, it has to be developed in a community-based structure. It can't be developed in the way you think it is. You successful by yourself. So that's the biggest slave mentality. Because you basically saying, I made it, but everybody behind you suffering. Your mama suffering, your father suffering, your grandfather suffering, all the kids in your family suffering. They got to go out there and get jobs at Walmart, while the Asian family, they opening up another a nail shop. Your family members, your cousins, is going to Walmart, UPS, picking up boxes, and the Jewish family and their children and their children's children and their cousins and all that, they open up jewelry stores downtown, the diamond districts in the main cities. So to me, I'm poor. If you ask me, I'm poor, y'all. I'm poor. Because I got to get to that. That's a whole nother level. That's beyond money. That's beyond money. Because what happens if you go to jail? If everything dies with you, the money stops. What happens if you die? The money stops. What happens if you become handicapped? The money stops. You can kill half the Jewish population and it will still function the same, because guess what? Any Jewish man dies, it dies with the family. So it never dies. You get what I'm saying? And not only do your family need to be straight, you need to put your race on top, and you need to put your community on point. So your friends need to have access to this. Your neighbors, your family, your people in your community. That's why I say, like, so everything is a community-based system. This is what happens to community-based system. Yes, everything is a community-based system, y'all. So people come to me, especially my people, they come to me and say, oh man, you gotta have financial power. Financial power is not gonna save you, because it's only with you. Financial power is when you created a network and everybody in your bloodline is successful. Like the United Amorites Nation. Everybody in their bloodline is successful. Not one person struggling. Not one person is a drug addict. Not one person is going through so much, because everything is a community based. Everything is oneness. We eat together, we sleep together, we live together, we die together, and we continue to thrive and keep the legacy going. So if you got that, I'm shutting up. So who has that type of power? I'm shutting up. I'm talking my race. I'm not talking about anybody else. I'm talking about my race. Who got that type of power? That's the power I need. That's the power I need. Kanye is rich by himself. Kanye, he gonna die. It's gonna die with him. It's not gonna die with anybody else. Nobody around Kanye and his family is building. Kanye West got the mindset, but Kanye West is gonna die with that money. His kids are gonna spend every dollar, and he's gonna die. That's it. No legacy will be left. He gonna leave money in inheritance, but your legacy and what you built is going to die, because there's not going to be nobody after you that's going to keep it alive. And you don't have a community base. Everybody is so individualistic. So when you pass away, every legacy that you had is going to go away. Everything that you built is going to go away. I don't care what it is. It's only a few people that really have that strong legacy that if they die, that is going to continue to thrive. There's only a few people that really have it. Not that many people, but for the most part, most people who like credit gurus or like rappers and stuff like that, is going to die with them. Some of them are Jewish, but whether they're Jewish, German, they're part of. You already know what they're part of. It's a community-based system. Whether you say Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos or Mark Zuckerberg, it's still a part of their community. So whether they're white, Caucasian, whatever country they come from, they still operate in a community-based system. You have to understand that. That's how you win. Y'all, I'm getting off in 5 minutes. Y'all, less than 5 minutes. I've been on here too long. Y'all, hold on real quick. You said black Americans, not African. Mm-hmm. Yep. But I'm a screenshot it too, y'all. Man, I gotta find it. OBL explain a little bit more. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, that's nice. I like Dubai. Yeah. Most of them are fake Jews. Yeah. Yes, sir. Yeah, family. Yeah. Man. All right, family. I'm going. I'm going tonight, man. It's been a lot going on, y'all. It's been a lot going on, y'all. Oh man, all people. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, y'all. Look, peace and love, y'all. I'm glad we had this political talk. Don't cry in y'all pillow. It's all love, y'all. It's good conversation, y'all. We had tonight. We can have some more talks like this, y'all. Just don't cry. Don't cry when y'all come, y'all. Just be 100. Just tell me how y'all feel. And also remember, I don't hold no grudges. It's nothing personal. I'm just telling y'all history. You don't agree? You're gonna subscribe. And I understand, y'all. But look, keep thriving, y'all. For my credit people, I'm gonna make some more tutorials about credit. Book coming soon. Don't worry about that. I understand that y'all been waiting for it for a long time. And who was another person I wanted to say? Man, I forgot the person's name. But yeah, y'all have a good night, y'all. Have a blessed night, blessed day. I think it's nighttime out there right now, if I ain't mistaken. Y'all, I'm out, y'all. Peace and love, y'all. If y'all want my phone number, if y'all got to text me any questions, do not text me about anything we talked about tonight. because I don't even do no processing when dealing with this. But if you got anything, if you want to set up anything in regards to credit or anything like that, let me know. My phone number is 224-463-1848. Again, it is 224-463-1848. I'm out, family. Peace and love, y'all. All right, y'all. I'm out.